Hello there, and welcome to another Metroid 2 remake. Return of Samus, a fan-made remake of Metroid 2 for the original Game Boy. Probably the least well-known and least well-recognized Metroid game, so definitely the one most deserving of a remake. This remake here is, I believe, made in Game Maker, or it was made in Game Maker and then ported to some other engine. And it is done in the style of the official remake of the first Metroid Zero Mission. And from what little I've played, when I tested out the recording of this to make sure I could actually do it without any hitches, it feels very much like an actual proper official Metroid game. And it's kinda sad that we had to get one from dedicated fans rather than from Nintendo itself. But them's the breaks, I suppose. As the title of this video indicates, this is just going to be a let's try, not a full let's play, or playthrough. So I'm just going to play it for a bit, not likely much more than an hour, and then that'll be it, and I'll just finish playing it on my own without recording, mainly because that's just easier for me and it will allow me to get through the game quicker, and play it when I don't have the opportunity to record my voice. So yeah, without much further ado, let's get right into the game then. One thing I will note before then though is that this game actually does have a surprising amount of options for this kind of 2D game, both graphically speaking, as well as gameplay wise, giving you a lot of options for how you want the controls to work specifically. I'm going to keep them as the default however, although I may experiment with them later on my own. And I'll be playing on normal. That's probably the best difficulty to do a blind run of, and then I can do a hard playthrough if I feel like doing so afterwards. That's how you do a Metroid introductory scene. Just have it be the absolute basics, short and sweet, and then get right into the gameplay, as opposed to something like Other M. Or really even Metroid Fusion, which is a fine 2D Metroid, but a bit wordy at times. So one thing that I can't really share with you, you're just gonna have to take my word at face value until you actually play the game yourself. And you should play it if you're at all interested because it's completely free. You should probably snag it as soon as possible just in case Nintendo ends up being a dick and issues a DMC claim. Or DMCA, whatever the hell the acronym is. But, as I was trying to say, this game feels very much like a proper Metroid game. And a really good one at that, like it is on par with Zero Mission in terms of play feel. And that is a very good thing because Zero Mission is, in my opinion, the best Metroid in terms of gameplay. At least among the 2D ones. I might rank one of the Metroid Prime games above it just for the fact that it has a Metroid game in 3D. And that just by itself is an impressive achievement. I'll also say that the music so far is absolutely excellent. It is exactly what I'd expect out of a Metroid game. So good on whoever actually composed the OST for this game. Ah, the good old classic red missile door. Oh, and one thing that is returning from Super Metroid is the ability to wall jump, and unlike the variant in Metroid Fusion, you can do it infinitely. But back to what's on the screen, the main conceit of this game is that there are Metroids infesting the planet and we need to take them all out, and then ultimately bring one back so that Super Metroid can happen. So you'll see that counter in the upper right which shows the number of Metroids alive in the area, and we need to hunt them all down. Fortunately, this one here, the Alpha Metroid, isn't really too threatening. Just gotta dodge around him and then missile his stomach. Oh, that's pretty damn cool, the fact that the environment is changing as a result of doing that. Can't remember if any of the actual official Metroid games had the environment change at all when you progressed. At least without you doing something specifically like breaking the tunnel in Meridia, for example. Also, let's actually check out that log. So, the menu screen here, you get the map of course, options, customizing Samus. One of the listed features of this game is the fact that much like Super Metroid, you can actually turn on and off all your various upgrades, which could make for some interesting challenge runs, I suppose. And even just for a regular playthrough, it allows you to customize your beam just how you want it, which is really nice. But the final thing here is the mission log, which is completely optional and gives you information about your objectives and about various things you'll find on the planet. I'm not going to bother reading that at the moment because I feel like actually doing gameplay here and not spending a lot of time reading text. Alright, so let's head down this right-hand path then, and see what lies along it. Hopefully some actual upgrades. I feel like this is the longest a Metroid game, a 2D Metroid game goes, without actually giving you an upgrade. The first one tends to come pretty quick. Although, then again, that's usually because the first upgrade is the Morph Ball, and they just straight up stat you out with it. Ah, there we go, so there's 4 Metroids that I have to find and kill in this area here. most of the Metroids are fairly weak ones, like that Alpha Metroid that we took down, but a few actual proper boss battles. I think regardless of how long I end up recording, I will try and make sure that I make it far enough to get one proper boss battle just so you can see how those play out, since Metroid games tend to have pretty good boss battles. I want to be able to show off a little bit of everything with this video here, so as to hopefully most effectively convince you to play this. Not that I should have to try that hard, since again, it is completely free, so there's no reason not to try it. Should work on even a toaster. So here we have another one of those Metroid egg casings. Presumably it went beyond here, but I can't actually get at it due to those blocks. I'll need the morph ball missiles in order to break that type of block. That's also why you'll see me just shooting random walls, because if you shoot them but they're breakable with something other than your beam, it'll actually change it to whatever block icon indicates that item. So that way I can make mental notes as to where to come back to. Like this right here looks awfully suspicious. So I'm gonna actually try shooting it. First I have to actually manage to get up there. Unfortunately it doesn't actually seem to be anything, but that's fine. Here we have these good old classic enemy spawning warp pipes lifted straight from Mario pretty much. Good for farming health and missiles if you're low, since you can just keep killing these guys and getting pickups. Alright, there we go, I'm full on both health and missiles, so let's get the hell out of here. So I could continue this way, but another thing that this remake does very well, and shows that the creators really understand what makes a Metroid game good, is that it does have sequence breaking elements to it. So this wall here looks like it's impassable, like I can't get up any further, but then you remember that you have the ability to infinitely wall jump. And so if I cannot make an ass out of myself here, I can actually manage to do this a few times. I'm not terribly good with the wall jump timing. I can actually make it up here and do a little bit of sequence breaking. Can't continue any further there. I need the morph ball bomb. Actually that's right, it's called the power bomb. I just remembered the official name. I was thinking power bomb was the big screen clearing explosion, but that's actually the super bomb if I remember right. One thing that confuses me a bit about the timing of the wall jump in this is the fact that there's no little animation change to indicate that you can do it. In Super Metroid, Samus will actually turn away from the wall a bit, like she's getting ready to leap off the wall, which indicates when you actually need to press the jump button again to do the wall jump. And that's not actually a thing in this game, which makes it a bit hard to judge the proper timing. Another Metroid up there, probably gonna have to fight one soon. Hello there, first power-up. A power-up that, if I'm not mistaken, is actually unique to this game, to Metroid 2. The Spider Ball, which allows you to cling to walls like such, thus giving you more maneuverability, albeit slow maneuverability. So with this, I should be able to explore a bit more in that giant room. to climb along the walls and ceiling and see whatever's up there. Another thing that's troubling me with the wall jumping is to do it you have to be in this spinny animation while in the air, but I keep doing something that causes me to exit out of that animation like so. I think I'm pressing to the right too early, and that's making me completely unable to do the wall jump. Alright, spider ball time. And what do you know, a secret up here that I can get. Well, not really a secret, but an item that I needed the spider ball to get. Oh, hello there, Metroid. And this is a bit more dangerous of an arena, that's for damn sure. There we go. And fortunately he explodes into item pickups, so I can recover most of what I lost against him. Doesn't seem to be anything I can do here, but I'm wondering if I might be able to uncover some sort of secret in this room. Actually no, because one thing that this game is doing that is nice is it actually shows you what rooms have items with that little white circle. So there's something I missed in the room with the spider ball, presumably I'll need power bombs to get it. But if there was an item in that room, it would have been marked with a circle. Up here I'm trying to do a little trick where I jump in the air, get down into morph ball mode, and then activate spider ball so I don't have to go to the other side of this room and slowly crawl along the ceiling. There we go. It would probably be easier if I went into the options menu and changed the morph ball activation so that it's with a specific button rather than tapping down twice. That would make that easier, but tapping down twice is the Metroid classic, so I kinda prefer just how that feels, all nostalgic like. I'd have to make sure I timed this properly, otherwise I'll end up getting hit by him and knocked off. Alright, managed to do it. And for my troubles, I get a missile pack. Of course, now I can't continue exploring here unless I manage to actually spider ball back onto the ceiling, which I am probably not going to be able to do. Yep, thought not. It's very tricky to do. So I could try heading over to the left and spider balling my way up the left side. But let's check this door down here, next to the save room. Oh, new enemy type. Some sort of wall clinging creature. It looks vaguely bird-like, so maybe they have some connection to the Chozo. There we go. Almost got hit by him. Alright, so here I can't progress unless I have the power bombs. And this block honestly looks a bit suspicious, but there doesn't seem to be any way I can interact with it. Oh, hello! And this is another reason why you want to just fire your beam randomly. You can also uncover fake walls that you can actually just pass through. So let's see if I can't make progress through this way. Oh, huh. Oh, okay. Wait, where am I now? Yeah, so I thought there was a passage up here, but it seems it only looks like that because of the way that they're doing these corners here. Rather than having sharp corners, they have a slope. But that makes it look like there's a secret passage up there, when in fact there is not. That is mildly disappointing, but oh well. Oh, that's nice. They don't play the item get theme for every missile tank you acquire. just the first one it seems. That is respectful of the player's time. Alright. Oh. I was gonna say I was gonna have to do a tricky spider ball thing, but I didn't actually need to do that. I can just... You can climb your way up ledges like that. I forgot about that. Good thing I accidentally did that, otherwise I would have had to have spent a lot more time there. And here we have some sort of Chozo altar. It looks like I should be able to interact with it in some form, but if that is the case, I don't know how to do it, so we're just gonna leave that alone for now. And nice, I can just skip that entire room with the old morph ball. Hello, here's our first real power-up. Let's see what it is. Booyah, got the charge beam. So now rather than just spamming shots, I can charge it up for a much more powerful shot. And as always, I have to make sure to check everything around here, just to make sure there's not any secrets here that I might be able to access later. Doesn't seem to be the case though. Oh, right. Is that a mechanic that was in previous games? When I charged up the beam, it actually drew the item pickups closer to me. I think that might have been in some of the previous Metroid games, but I'm not entirely sure on that, so I'm not gonna make that a declarative statement. So wait, there's more shit over here. So there's an item in this one here, but there clearly isn't anything visible. So that tells me that I can probably break... Hello. Haha, there we go. Good thing I paid attention to the map there. In fact, considering that, that means there's an item in this room right here. But maybe I can only access it by moving forward through this little passageway. Let me try the spider ball again. Maybe there's a passageway up there. Yeah, no, there definitely isn't. Alright. So I'll just have to come back here later then. I'm trying to practice my wall jumping here. Oh, I did pretty good, and then I screwed up actually grabbing back onto that ledge. That's enough, damn it, wall jumping practice here. I don't want to waste your time with all my constant failure. So let's see where I should go next. I've already explored all the way over to the right in this area, so I guess it's time to head back left. Maybe I'll head back up to the ceiling of the lodge room and see what's around there. Or actually, I can head further up here and head to the left to an area I haven't explored, so let's do that. Got another missile tank. Ooh, hello there. That is an item I want to get ASAP, an energy tank, giving me a whole extra life meter. Question is, how do I get it? Alright, so I can hit these things. Presumably I have to hit them in a certain order, and that'll activate it. Alright, that was not it. Neither was that. Alright, there we go, that was simple enough. I wonder if it says the actual solution anywhere and I just didn't notice. Thankfully it's an easy enough puzzle to brute force. And my survivability has now doubled. Thank you, Mr. Energy Tank. And if I'm not mistaken, I cannot progress further this way because I need the power bomb first. So let's head back and do what I said earlier, and head back up to the ceiling of this place and continue on, rather than dropping down to that platform as I did before to pick up that one missile tank. Hopefully this doesn't just turn out to be a waste of time and there's not actually any way I can continue here. That would be a very unfortunate find. But I'd be surprised if that were the case. So far this game seems very well designed, and wouldn't be likely to waste the player's time like that. At the absolute worst, I would only be able to continue with an item that I do not have yet, so at the very least I would know to come back here later. Also, how big is this room? Jeez. I guess it's less the room being big, and more the fact that the spider ball is a fairly slow method of maneuver. Alright, hopefully there's a passageway here. Come on, passageway, damn it. I'm starting to worry now that there is nothing over here that I can explore, and that this was a waste of time, which if so... yeah, that seems to be the case, damn. I guess this is just an alternate method to get up there then. But that's an unfortunate find. Oh well. So at this point, I only have two other places I can explore. This place to the right of the save point, and then this other location over here, but I don't think there was a way downward over there. At least I don't remember there being one. I guess I'll have to head back down there if the location to the right of the save point turns out to be a bust. Okay, these guys are surprisingly hard to hit. I think they're coming up just slightly higher than my beam, so it's a bit hard to hit them. Nice, managed to avoid getting hit by any of those blue spike balls. So now I remember, over here my way was blocked by a block that requires the power bomb rather, to break. So that gives me only one way I can head. I'll have to check back in that area and see if I can't find a way downward. If that turns out to be a bust, then I must have missed the power bomb in some area. It must be in that area over there, and maybe there is some way I can get an item in that room with the circle in it. If that is the case, I'll probably just cut out the interim, since it is just me heading my way back there, and it's not like there's going to be anything especially interesting on the way. Oop, fire. Oh no, I'm stuck. How do I get out? This is not good. Okay, there we go. That was close. Fire is similar to water in this, in that it kind of slows your movement, so it's a bit tricky to actually get out of there. Especially if there are enemies getting in your way. Alright, so that's right, I can head downward here, but it requires heading through the lava. I'm gonna max out my HP and then see if there's anything down there. Perhaps I only need to take a quick dip, and then I'll get back to livable space. I'm not getting terribly lucky with health pickups though. Wonder if I can get them from these enemies. Might be worth, yeah, keeping the spawners alive. I can get multiple health pickups from them. Unless my luck is shit. Oh, come on. Alright, there we go, that's good. So, let's see if there's anything down here then. Okay, yeah, so... Alright, I made it back over here, and yeah, I just completely skipped out on this pathway. I just somehow didn't see it, and completely forgot about it. I think in my mind I was mixing it up with that long pillar-like room to the right of here. In my mental map that I made, so that's why I was kind of overlooking it. So this area here is probably where I end up getting the power bomb. Yep, there's another block that I need the power bomb to break. One thing I will complain about is that it's not easy to hit diagonally downward. To hit diagonally up, you just hit the left shoulder button. But to hit diagonally downward, you actually have to angle yourself with the D-pad, which means moving in that direction as well. Maybe there's an option in the controls menu that changes that. But I don't feel like looking into that right now, so I'll just have to deal with it for the moment. Hello, proper upgrade. Power bomb? Yes. Okay, so they're just called bombs. Yeah, you can tell it's been a while since I've actually played a Metroid game, but I can't remember the name of the items that appear in every entry. So those are just bombs, and power bombs must be the stronger equivalent. There's no such thing as a super bomb, although there are super missiles. I think that's how it works out. So now I can leave these little guys, and now I'll be able to access quite a few more areas. And I might as well show off a trick that is a Metroid staple. So one thing you can do is you can actually greatly increase your maneuverability. You can travel up higher than you otherwise would be able to much earlier before getting like double jumps and stuff by timing your bombs. That explanation was confusing, wasn't it? I'll just try and show it off. So there we go, I kind of did it. So basically you want to place one bomb, then place a second one after a delay, and then just keep that rhythm, and you'll you can tell it's getting long in the recording. I can't record more than 30 minutes without getting all tongue twisty. But yeah, you can see me kind of succeed at it here. There we go. And if you keep it up like this, you can keep moving upwards. And that allows for quite a bit of sequence breaking in the classic Metroids. So let me think about where I want to go. I should at this point be able to explore a number of otherwise dead ends. So let's go check out a few of those rooms then. Oh, damn it, I tried to be fancy and do a wall jump off of there, but still haven't quite gotten down the timing for that. Hello. I figured something was off here thanks to this very conspicuous block. Didn't expect it to be an entire room here. So yeah, there was a switch to move this block. It just was completely out of my sight before. And that gets me another energy tank. Fantastic. So now my survivability is tripled compared to what it was at the start. So let's head down this way, because there were a few bomb blocks over here. I think there was one in this passageway. Yeah, here we go. Now just gotta find my way up. Thankfully, they're not forcing me to get good with the bomb jumping technique. Oh, but wait, I did kind of screw up here. Can I just blow up the top one? Alright, I kind of screwed it up with the timing, because now I can't help but blow up both of them. Let's try that again. Okay, yeah, there we go. I was, worried over nothing. And there doesn't seem to be any way to continue this way, so I'm not sure why the pathway goes on this far. But there you go. Alright, so there was some more bomb blocks down this way, if I remember right. Yeah. Alright, so back over this way, let's actually get some progress here. Is this just the way back, or is there actual treasure hidden up here? Nothing is marked on the map, so it's probably just a way back. An easy way back, that is. Got a new log entry, let's actually check that out. Alright then. I guess that's kind of helpful for telling you that, hey, this is a dangerous area, and to avoid touching those vines because they'll damage you. Okay, I get the feeling there's gonna be another Metroid here, so let's get our missiles ready ahead of time. Yep, what do you know? And this one I should be able to get off a sneak attack on. Bingo! And I can kind of keep him stun locked there for a little bit, nice. Oh. As I screw around with my morph ball. Of course, if he doesn't go up high enough, it's tricky to hit his underside, but there we go, still pretty simple. So, 2 Metroids left in this area. Hopefully one of them is an actual proper boss fight. As I mentioned before, I really want to show off at least one in the footage I record here. Hello. There's nothing marked on the map, but that looks very suspicious. Alright, there's nothing here. It just looks suspicious. It isn't actually anything of import. Yep, and another Metroid almost immediately. This one is in an even worse arena. Shit. Let's head over this way to some of the larger platforms. Yeah, again, if he doesn't actually move up high enough, it's really hard to hit him. Thankfully, he doesn't do all that much damage. I have 3 energy tanks. If this were hard mode, that might be a different story, but it's not, it's normal. So, 1 Metroid left to go in this area here. Oh, also falling in some vines because I'm incompetent. Hopefully there's a save point near here. So this is where the last Metroid is. Oh, shit. Might actually be worth it staying in the vines. They don't do all that much damage and it gives me a bit more of them to maneuver with. There we go, finally. Jesus, I've lost almost all of my missiles. That's kind of embarrassing. Alright, so that's this area complete. I was gonna say, I don't really have any other avenues that I can go down, other than sinking in the lava, but the screen is shaking here, so something must have changed. Maybe the lava in that area actually lowered and now I can progress there. That's what I'll assume is the case unless I come across some other environmental change prior to that one. Prior to that room, rather. Thank God save points fully restore your HP and missiles. I think it was in Super Metroid that they didn't and you had to rely on separate ammo filling stations, if I'm not mistaken. Whether that is or isn't the case, I'm glad it's not the case here. That would be a pain. Oh, okay. So, clearly here we have a boss, at last. A Chozo Sentry, Ancient Guardian. This sentry deploys spiked barriers and corners targets into its firing range. Its archaic design constrains it to operate at low power, preventing simultaneous use of its shield and mobility systems. Its arsenal consists of energy weapons with unique patterns. The robot was calibrated to detect foreign creatures bearing stolen equipment. Whoops. Recent earthquakes seem to have damaged the traction of the unit in spike barriers. Despite these complications, it remains a considerable threat. Oop. So probably a good idea to use my missiles. Although they don't seem to actually damage it. It's because I was hitting it while it wasn't moving. Alright, so this isn't actually a terribly threatening boss. I'm just being really bad at actually avoiding its attacks. Looks like I have enough time to get off 3 shots easily, but not much more than that. Uh-oh, the walls are moving close. I'm not sure if that's because I'm damaging it, or if it's a time thing. Either way, I gotta take him out quickly. Okay, how am I supposed to avoid that exactly? Oh, like that, I guess. He doesn't seem to... Oh, okay, it's the way... the color that his eyes glow. That tells you what attack he's gonna use. Alright, that actually makes the boss much more readable. Alright, that was actually a fairly fun, if simple, boss. I was doing much worse there than I should have been, due to being distracted by giving commentary, I think. So that clearly looks like I can go up there. Can I actually do that? Let's make use of this spider ball and see. But since that is technically a boss, although maybe it counts more as a mini-boss, I'm not sure. And it's getting close to an hour, I think I might end things soon. I'll see how far I can explore in this area. So this is gonna be tricky. Does this blow up too? It does. And the pillars don't come back unless I leave the room, presumably. So I think this is totally doable at this point, but it would require very precise timing, and me not to fall off like that. So I think to do that I would have to use one of these platforms to leap up, place a bomb to break the upper pillar without breaking the lower one, and then coming across the other way and going up there and breaking that second pillar. And it looks like there's a power-up up there that otherwise I would presumably have to come from a much longer distance to get. So I'll give this a few attempts at least. Okay, well, kind of screwed that one up. Maybe this isn't possible. It's kind of tricky to tell whether it is possible, and shit. Okay, that's enough. I'm not gonna spider ball my way back up there. But at this point I think I have shown off a decent amount of the game. So I think we'll leave things off here. You can potentially look forward to me doing a proper informative Let's Play of this game at some point in the future. Although if I do end up doing that, it'll probably be quite far off, because there's other LPs that I want to do first, after finishing my Bloodborne one. So in the meantime, you should check this game out yourself, because again, it's free, and it's very simple graphically, so you should be able to run it regardless of what your system's specs are, as long as it has DirectX 9, I think. So no reason not to try this. So yeah, hope this was in some way entertaining, and see you in whatever next video I produce.